All right, today we're going to tackle one of those super intimidating Latin phrases that you're almost guaranteed to see on your real estate exam, Lis Pendens. But hey, don't worry. By the end of this, you're not just going to understand it. I promise you, it's going to be impossible for you to forget. So let's jump right in.
Okay, picture this. You've been searching for months and you finally find it, your absolute dream home. The backyard is perfect, it's in a great neighborhood, and honestly, the price is kind of suspiciously good. But then, the title report lands on your desk and you see it. 2 words, Lis Pendens, and your heart just sinks. What in the world does this mean for your dream?
So what is this mysterious phrase that's suddenly standing between you and your new house? Let's decode it, shall we?
Now, if you look it up, the literal translation is suit pending. But that doesn't really help, does it? It's still so vague. It doesn't tell you what's actually going on or, why you should care. We can do so much better than some dry, boring textbook definition.
So let's just toss out the boring stuff. We're going to use a really simple but super powerful analogy to lock this concept into your brain forever. We call it the sticky note theory.
Okay, so what exactly is this sticky note? And more importantly, what does it say?
I want you to imagine that a Lis Pendens is like someone slapping a giant neon pink sticky note right on the front door of that dream house. And that note basically screams, "Hey everyone, just so you know, I am suing the owner of this house. We're in a big fight over who really owns it. And if I win, this house is mine." All of a sudden, it's crystal clear, right? It's a huge warning.
And this isn't just a silly analogy. In the legal world, that sticky note is what we call constructive notice. What that means is, once that paper is filed down at the courthouse, the law basically says, all right, the warning is officially out there for the whole world to see. We now assume everyone knows about this lawsuit. So you can't ever say, oh, I didn't know. The law says you did.
So what's the real-world impact of a public warning like this? Well, for the person trying to sell the property, it creates a massive headache. It's known as a cloud on the title.
Yeah, it creates what's called a cloud on title. Think about it this way. If a clean, clear title is a beautiful sunny day, a Lis Pendens is a big, dark, ugly storm cloud rolling right over the property. This shadow of doubt about who the future owner might be makes that property pretty much unmarketable.
Now you're probably asking, well, can the owner technically still sell the house? And the answer is, yeah, they still hold the deed. But realistically, absolutely not. No chance. Think about it. No bank is ever going to give you a loan, and no title insurance company is going to touch it. Why? Because if that person who slapped the sticky note on the door wins their lawsuit, you lose the house. Game over.
So, when do these things usually pop up? Well, here are 3 classic scenarios, and you should definitely know these for your exam. First, messy divorce battles. One spouse files a Lis Pendens to stop the other from selling off a house they own together. Second, contract disputes. Let's say a buyer has a contract, but the seller tries to back out. The buyer can sue to force the sale and file a Lis Pendens. And third, and this is a big one, foreclosure. A bank filing a Lis Pendens is often the very first public step in taking a house back.
Okay, I need everyone to really lean in for this part because this is, without a doubt, the #1 exam trap. So many people get Lis Pendens and a Lien confused. They sound kind of similar, but trust me, they are 2 completely different things.
Here's the simplest way to get it right every single time. Just burn this image into your brain. A Lis Pendens is a giant question mark. It's asking a question about the future. Who's going to own this property? It's a potential claim. A lien, on the other hand, is a padlock. It's not a question, it's a statement. It's a confirmed debt that has been locked onto that property.
Let's break this down even more. So the Lis Pendens, the question mark, is saying I might have a right to this house. It's an unproven claim. The lien, the padlock, is saying this house definitely owes me money. It's a sure thing. The status is totally different too. A Lis Pendens is pending, the lawsuit is still happening. A lien is confirmed, the debt is real and recorded. And here's the kicker, the outcome. If the lawsuit for the Lis Pendens fails, poof, it just vanishes. But a lien, that padlock stays firmly locked on until the debt is paid in full.
All right, let's pull all of this together into a quick little cheat sheet so you can absolutely nail this on your exam.
When you see Lis Pendens in a test question, I want your brain to immediately start scanning for these keywords. First, litigation pending. That's what it is at its core, an active, unresolved lawsuit. Second, constructive notice. Remember, that's the legal term for the big sticky note warning everyone. And third, specific property. This is crucial. It's always attached to a piece of real estate itself, not to a person's bank account or their car.
So here's the bottom line. If you remember nothing else, remember this. A lis pendens is the ultimate red flag. It's a giant warning sign that tells any potential buyer, listen, if you buy this house, you're not really buying a house. You are actually buying a front row ticket to someone else's courtroom battle. And that's a risk that pretty much nobody is willing to take.